Demon Slayer, the greatest anime that ever existed. Well, it's the greatest to the new batch of weebs out there. Yes, it's a good show, but the purpose of this video is to try to unravel the underlying influences of these 5 topics. I noticed about 5 things I really liked in the show, being the training, enhanced senses, total concentration, overall culture, and mythology, all packed into this one series. I'm going to make a part 2 eventually, but enjoy this deep dive that you'll experience right now.
だけど罠の難易度はどんどん上がる
The real-life training method that inspired Tanjiro's training is called Yamabushido. The training is nowhere as intense as Tanjiro's training, but it's pretty tough on the body. There are a few instances in which the anime Demon Slayer will show exaggerated but similar training methods. For example, Tanjiro had to roam the mountaintops for years to hone his skills and train until he quote-unquote died. Doing this increased his lung capacity and made him stronger and sharper. While in Yamabushido, you have to travel through some harsh conditions, making one exhausted. After you go through this harsh training, you become a brand new person, in which refreshes your mind, body, and spirit. Another instance is when Tanjiro had to stand and meditate under a waterfall. This is another practice in Yamabushido, in which a person stands, uses certain mudras or chants to purify their soul on a deep level. Tanjiro and Yamabushi train until they become more focused and stronger, although the training in Demon Slayer happens over a few years. While Yamabushido training is only a few days out the week, there are masters who train a lot more, but in modern times, nobody has the time to roam the mountains without worrying about how they're going to survive in the world.
怒ってますかなんだか
From what I've seen in the anime, the talented Demon Slayers usually have some sort of enhanced sense in which they can gather information. For example, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke all have one of their senses enhanced, giving them the supernormal abilities. Based on this first episode, I can guess that they are born with these senses or they gain them through intense training. These enhanced senses are taught in the science of parapsychology, in which they speak of a sixth sense, an extra sense that is the faculty of the mind. Tanjiro has an incredible sense of smell that can help him track down demons, or it can tell if someone's lying or has bad intentions. He was born with this ability since it was seen that his sense of smell could tell him which way to go. Plus, he was able to track down demons with this ability as well. In parapsychology, Tanjiro's ability is called a clairalience. Alience. It's the ability to pick up energy or information from smelling. Now on to Inosuke's abilities. From Inosuke's way of life, he is able to use his ability to touch to get information from the environment, like the time where he was able to locate other demons with his ability to touch from miles away. His sixth sense is something called clairsentience. It's pretty much the ability to feel the vibrations of whatever he finds from faraway locations. Last but not least is Zenitsu. Zenitsu has an intense ability to hear. He can hear from very far away, and if he concentrates enough, he can even hear people's thoughts. Zenitsu could even tell Nezuko was a demon, and the fact that she was a good demon too. This amazing ability to hear is called clairaudience. It's the ability to hear things beyond normal hearing. I'm not sure if this is going to happen in anime, but apparently with this ability, you can hear ghosts or spirits within this too. Total concentration breathing is a technique that most Demon Slayers need to have in their arsenal. Basically, this technique is a state where the breathing style user inhales the maximum amount of oxygen within a specific breath pattern to raise their physical and mental prowess to their limits. Now, I've made a short video on total concentration breathing that you can check out right here, but I'll try to add on to what I know. I've already said that total concentration breathing has its roots in Eastern practices like yoga or martial arts. And of course, it can enhance your ability to focus and your endurance. As usual, the show over-exaggerates the ability, giving the user strength that's on par with demons, beings that can rip a human to shreds pretty much, or having the ability to cut a rock in half like Tanjiro. Now the breathing styles you see the main Demon Slayers use is just over-exaggerated. I said this plenty of times, but I gotta say it over and over again. They are not really using water or fire in their techniques, but it's supposed to be symbolic in a way. The user's attacks are supposed to resemble the elements. Tanjiro is not really using water to attack, but in Zenitsu's case, when he attacked with the spider demon, they said that they could hear thunder for a few miles away. I looked really hard to find anything on breathing styles, and my only guess is that they're based off the elements or the person's personality. It's no question that Demon Slayer has its roots in Japanese culture. You see lots of interesting things like the mask Urokodaki is wearing, or the colorful pieces of clothing that they wear on Demon Slayer uniform. In like episode 3, you see Urokodaki and Tanjiro with the mask on, and in the show, these masks are called warding masks that have a protection spell on them to avoid demons. These masks are from Japanese culture as well. The mask that's most noticeable is the Tengu mask Urokodaki wears. A Tengu in Japanese mythology is known as a yokai, or a supernatural being that were once known as gods of war in Buddhism. Tengu are usually depicted with long noses, although they used to have beaks at one time. They are seen as protective spirits in the mountains of Japan, while protecting the wearer just like in Demon Slayer. Another thing you'll notice is the clothing worn by Demon Slayers. Demon Slayers are usually seen with a uniform under a piece of clothing called a haori. A haori is a type of clothing worn over your kimono, or for Demon Slayers, it's worn over their uniform. The Demon Slayer's uniform is to show that you're part of the organization, plus there's some other benefits to wearing it. According to the show, it's supposed to protect the user from minor damage from low level demons. Plus, the below average Demon Slayers wore clothing that's similar to a gakuran, a militaristic uniforms Japanese men wore during the early 1900s. The Taicho secret seen at the end of every episode is just a tidbit of rumors or information from that time period. As you can see from the anime, Japan was transitioning from a rural style of living to a more urban one. They were developing better means of transportation, like building trains to get you from point A to point B. During this period, Emperor Taisho put most of his money into new technology, while lots of citizens were living in extreme poverty from his decisions. There's quite a few mythological references in Demon Slayer, like the Hinokami dance Tanjiro used against Rui, or the demons you see in the show. In Japanese folklore, the term vampire isn't used because they're called Oni, aka demon instead. In lots of legends and folklore, the term demon was known to many cultures, while the term vampire was coined in the 18th century. The Oni in Demon Slayer and the vampires in Western folklore both have certain similarities, like they are killed by sunlight, feed on humans, and they have superhuman strength as well. As they explain in Demon Slayer, the only weapons that can kill demons are the Nichiren blades. Each of the Nichiren blades have numerous colors depending on the person wielding it. For example, Zenitsu's blade is yellow and Tanjiro's blade is black. It's said that the black blades are rare and their wielder may die an early death. But anyways, some have discussed that the Nichiren blades are forged from a metal that is used in Japanese legends. The metal is called Hihiye Rokane. I might have messed that up, I might have butchered it, but sorry about that. Somebody else can help me in the comment section. This precious metal is said to have strange properties, and is similar to rare metals you may see in like Final Fantasy games, or ones used to forge the strongest type of weapons in RPGs. So, the Hinokami dance is something that is passed down by each generation in Tanjiro's family. As a little kid, Tanjiro would watch his father dance in the cold weather without getting tired at all. He somehow unlocked his ability during the last few episodes of the anime, and I had no clue that there was mythology behind the dance. The Hinokami Kagura dance is seen in Japanese mythology as a story of the creation of the world. Hinokami is defined as he, fire, and kami, which means god, and Kagura simply means god entertainment or dance. This dance has started over 1,000 years from the current era, and it still goes on today. The Hinokami Kagura dance is known as the dance to bring the sun goddess Amaterasu back into the world to dispel darkness. While in Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Kagura dance is a sun breathing style disguised as a dance to be used to kill all demons, but most importantly, to kill Muzan. What aspect of Demon Slayer do you like? Comment down below in the comment section, and if I was incorrect or missing something, please correct me in the comments as well, because I'm not always right about everything. I've never made a video this long, and I'm kind of tired, guys. I'm gonna try to release a video every 8 days or so. Who knows? I'm really tired, and I'm just trying to end this whole video, you know. And as usual, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is SSJ Ju signing out, and peace.